Hello everyone and welcome to a Sunday morning. Wanted to keep you updated on the overall status of things that I'm doing here in the yard. So on Friday we had a lot more rain. Saturday we had even more rain. So I just went and checked the rain gauge real quick. Looks like we got about 2.6 inches there, so on top of the 2.5 that we had the other day. We've got a lot of rain right now. Because of that, today I need to do some more mowing. Things are really getting overgrown again. I'm going to be using the Honda for most of it, and then a little bit of it I will be using the Timemaster as well. Right now, even walking on the ground, it kind of compacts things. I'll show you a spot here. So you can see that it gets super muddy because it's really super wet right now. I don't want to go too crazy with the Timemaster today because it is a little bit heavier, and when you do make some turns with that thing, all the weight is on those little wheels. It's not very spread out like a bigger mower would be, so you got to be a little bit careful when the ground is wet with that. Let's do a little bit of mowing. Alright, trying to stay out of the wind here because it's a little bit windy out here, but I think if I don't make too many turns, if I mow this front yard the right way, then I should be able to use the Timemaster on there. I'd like to try that out today, so that's what I'm going to do next. Alright, that part is done. The mowing with the Timemaster looks really nice. I had to get out of the wind here, get back into the shed so that I can actually talk to you without just a crazy amount of wind blowing on there. So one thing I noticed with the Timemaster is I still notice that it just has quite a bit more suction than the Honda does. I'm not using the HRX 217, this is an HRR version, so I know it's not the exact best Honda that they make. However, just comparing the two side by side there, I mowed near the road with that Honda and you can kind of see the cut there. I think the Honda maybe on the blades of the grass cuts it a little bit better because they have a little bit more blade tip speed there. I try to watch my Timemaster mower blades, and I mentioned a couple times this year on my videos that I've had a few issues with the Timemaster, and really that's the only place that I've had any issues is even with sharp blades. From time to time when I'm cutting a really thick lawn like mine is, I still see a little bit of fraying, and I think that's just due to the blade tip speed. So there's not really a whole lot you can do there. Just make sure to watch your blades, make sure they're as sharp as possible. The other thing that I have going on that I'm going to have to take a look at here is that I've got a few areas that look like they have a little bit of fungus. They're thinning out a little bit. I think I got maybe the seed a little bit too heavy in those spots, but also we've just had all that rain, about 5 inches in the last couple weeks, and the grass was sitting really damp and wet or soaked for a while. So that's a problem when it comes to fungus. I may have to look at putting something down here before this gets out of control. I guess that's the only issue that I'm having on that overseeded area. Otherwise, everything else really looks really good at this point. Let's move now to the backyard. I'm going to do some mowing back there, kind of update you on what's going on. Okay, so that is the backyard. If you notice the lack of stripes there, it was because about halfway through I noticed that I was mowing over a previous pattern and I was actually going the opposite direction. So if I was hitting a light stripe, I was actually mowing it the opposite direction. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but it's actually good to go in a different direction every once in a while and kind of make sure that the grass doesn't get flattened in a certain way. So that's okay, but if you notice a lack of stripes there, that would be the reason why. I could go ahead and cut it again, but because of how soft the ground is right now, I'm trying to minimize the tracks on there as much as possible. So as I was doing that mowing, I was thinking more about the fungicide for the front yard, and I think that I am going to try to put some down if I can find some. A lot of the stores are running out of the lawn care stuff right now because they're just trying to get rid of it before the end of the season, so I'll see what I can find and maybe I'll be able to find something to get that down yet today. However, first it is time for some lunch. Okay, time to go to the store to see what we can find. I will say one thing, this is really not a bad ride to go run some errands in. Alright, so here's what I picked up at the store, and I'm going to try this out. Normally I do like a granular product of some kind, however, I just didn't want to have to water that in today. This is already obviously going to just water and spray the top of the leaves, and it's going to absorb that way. If you do a granular product, it's got to absorb through the soil and get to the roots and all that. So hopefully this will be just a little bit quicker. I'm going to try to apply this right now. Alright, so that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see how that fungicide works out. I'm hoping that it just takes care of what's going on there before it gets to spread too much. We've got a little bit of rain coming again in the next couple days, I believe, so hopefully this can get activated and working before that gets here. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.